Did you know it's possible to win even if you lose? Well, at least for me. What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. Now, before we get into today's video, we need to talk about what's going on. And that is the Dragon Gym. Do I have a message here? Okay, we don't have a message here. We just have something to collect. And we have a couple boosters to open. I might as well collect this. I don't know why I did not collect this already. And then we'll open up these purple boosters. And then we're going to talk about the Dragon Gym that is here, which I'm actually surprised is here. There are known bugs going on. We have the Eon Flute, and we have Ice figures not being able to utilize their abilities. Why did the devs decide to go through with the gym? Because I'm pretty sure the last gym was delayed because of bugs that were going on. I mean, I know there's always bugs going on, but this is a significant bug, in my opinion, for the Dragon Gym. And if people are exploiting the Eon Flute, I had to change my deck. I had to change my league deck because I didn't want to be subjected to exploiting the bug because I'm using the Eon Flute. So I'm going back to, like I said, the square deck. So like I said, I'm pretty. It's interesting that they're running the gym. I think they should have delayed it, or I think we should all be compensated the Goodra, because Goodra's at 25 wins, and I'm pretty sure. Let's just talk about the gym real quick. I think the gym is only 4 days. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 days. So that means you have to win roughly 8 games a day just to get the 30 wins. I'm at 3. I'm only at 3 wins. But yeah, we do get the Grimer at 15, and we do get this lovely figure, this Goodra, at level 25, or at 25 wins. And we do, we touched on the wheel earlier in 2 videos ago. So I'm really interested in seeing this figure being utilized with Wobbuffet. I think it's going to be very interesting. So I can't wait to get my hands on it, but it's going to take a long time to even get this figure because, like I said, I'm only at, what's up, Kate? I'm only at 3 wins. Tomorrow I'm going to be busy. It's my birthday, so I'm probably going to be playing the majority of the matches Saturday when we stream. So it's going to be rough for me. But yeah, I believe, let me just get some confirmation that it is event details. Gym until the 14th. Yeah, man, it's 4 days. So I really hope you guys are getting your wins in the Dragon Gym. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Have any of you guys ran into the bugs? But not enough of that. Let's jump into today's video. These 2 matches. Okay, be right back. Alright guys, we are back. And like I said, I had to change up my deck. Did not want to be subjected to exploiting this bug. So I'm rocking the square deck. And there's one thing I need to say before we even jump into these matches. Last night, I went 2-6. Won 2 matches, lost 6 matches. Won my first match, lost the next 3, beat the bug bot, won again, lost the next 3. Or won 1 and then lost the next 2 or 3. Yeah, 3. It was a rage-worthy night. But that's what happens when you run with a deck like the square deck. You live by the squared attack, you die by the squared attack, okay? Live by the sword, die by the sword. It's that kind of concept. So before we even jump in, I want to ask you guys, do you think it's better to run decks that are gimmicky, that can get you quick wins, cheesy wins, or do you want to run a well-rounded deck? Now, if you want to run a well-rounded deck, what does a well-rounded deck consist of? Does it consist of 2 goalies, 4 offensive mons? Does it consist of 2 goalies, 2 offensive, and 2 neutral? Please let me know in the comments what you guys think a good concept deck is, okay? But like I said, we are running this gimmicky deck. It's actually, I really like this deck, but my opponent here looks like they're running kind of like an old anti-meta deck. This was probably I don't know, a few months ago, back when Nala was going crazy. So let's see how this match unfolds. They're going to open up with the Rotom, and I'm just going to immediately cover up goal. I know they're going to take my entry point. I don't want to make any rash decisions here, so I know he's going to get the entry point, which is fine, and then I can start advancing with my Nebby here. I was afraid that the opponent was actually going to advance with the Combuskin. Otherwise, that would be a huge problem. But I'm glad they didn't. So they're gonna advance up here, which is fine. But I have to cover up my my Lucario because I don't want my opponent to use that Cyclone Kick. But here I'm in a pretty good position. My opponent does not know what's going on, so I'm going to DC here. The only unfortunate thing is I do not have the Lele, so I do not get the 3-starred squared attack. But he lands the Psychic, he lands Discharge. I'm like, all right, let's go. Squared attack, GG, boys. Psychic. Okay. There's 2 rolls that I missed, and now he's going to advance. I'm like, that's fine. I don't know why I just didn't DC right there. I should have just DC'd right there. But I brought on my... There was a reason why I brought on Solgaleo. Oh, just in case I failed. That's why I brought him on, just in case I failed. That way I can clear my entry point if he takes it the following turn. And 4 times I missed rolls. 4 times I missed rolls to win. Now he's gonna take the entry point, and now I can take out this thing. It lands the miss. It lands the miss when it's confused, and it hits Protect. Like I'm like, okay, man, it's gonna be one of those nights. It's going to be one of those nights, but it's okay. We have the Max Revive. We have the Pokemon Switch. We can do this. We can do this. So now I'm going to pull the Switch right here. Opponent still doesn't see it. I'm like, all right, now just please. Just make it up to me. Let's go. DC again. 3 DCs. Okay, he lands a white, but I land the Psychic, and I'm like, all right, like I've got to get it. This is the 6th time, the 6th roll. We are 0 for 6 on rolls on the squared attack, and at that point, I am pretty salty. There's not much I can do here. It's pretty much GG boys. GG boys. As is Nala. Man, I actually miss Nala. I liked when Nala was in the meta, and I kind of miss him. But look at that. I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those nights. One of those nights where RNG just, doesn't favor me, but I'm like, it's okay. We still have games to win to get our lock booster, so let's jump into the next match. All right, this next match I believe features Sam. Sam was actually tweeting me earlier today about this match, so take a look at Sam's deck. He's got the Swablu deck, man. I haven't seen a Swablu deck in a long time, but he doesn't even have the new Eevee. He's rocking the rare Eevee with the evolution to a Sylveon. So he's rocking a round deck, like an old school round deck Swablu deck. So I haven't faced one of these in a long time. I don't have my Combuskin, I don't have my Lunala, but I was like, we do have the Nebby. We have the squared cheese. So I think we should be okay. So I start off, I go with Nebby, and I'm like, okay, they're probably just gonna do the whole Swablu thing, just setting it up. And he brings Eevee. I'm like, oh, GG boys, DC teleport, let's go. I mean, the Eevee has a small, yellow. It doesn't matter. I was like, at that point, I was like, wow. I'm, fuming at the mouth, okay? Of course he gets the quick attack. Come on. So he chooses not to evolve here so he can take the entry point. Fortunately for me, I do have the long throw, so we're able to long throw. We're able to survive this match. Otherwise, it would have been GG boys. But I'm just going to set everything up, and eventually I'm going to try to get my Nebby back on the board. Opponent attacks here. Sam, very good play here. And fortunately for me, I do get the Side Shock. I could have DC'd here and tried to get this Swablu off the field, but I decided not to. I decided to bring my Nebby on, because if he does take out my Lele, I can bring on my my Nebby, and I can defend the goal fairly well. And while I do that, I'm able to actually get all the rest of my figures on the board. And Lele is doing well. Lele is hitting good rolls. He's surviving. And Sam gets the peck. I'm like, okay, this is the match. Sam's rated pretty high. I'm going to win this match. I'm going to get a lot of points, and we're going to be good. So he starts advancing with the Ray. I don't want this Ray near my Lele, so I'm gonna block it off with the and just to add, I mean, I know I don't get getting taken out by that, but I'm like, really, you're really gonna hit that roll? Ooh, if I would have missed there, ooh, I would have freaked out. I would have freaked out, man. But it looks like he's just trying to get the evolution on that monster Sylveon, so he does not attack here. I'm like, okay, this is it. Teleport, GG boys. Nebby, you messed up one time. Don't mess up again. I get the dodge. I'm like, okay, here we go. Teleport. Let's go. Nebi's better. Like this is why people get pissed off who spend money on the game, when they spend all their money on resources just to, you know, beef up one attack, and you don't get it. And you don't get it. But we get a nice roll right there. I'm like, okay, we get a nice roll. We can still win this, but it's gonna be a little difficult because now he's got the Swablu's protected. So now we can't just take the entry points here. So look at him. He's just getting the smallest rolls. He puts my Lucario to sleep. I make an interesting play here. So I figured that, well, I thought what Sam was going to do was going to go over my Lucario. So I made a risk here. But he doesn't. He max revives instead. And I win this roll. And I was like, wow, this is actually good. Now what I can do is I can take the entry point, and hopefully he does not move the Primarina. And he doesn't. He attacks my Solgaleo. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Now I can Mega Evolution. Now we can get rid of this Primarina. And now we're in really good shape. I got all my figures on the board. Sam here only has 3. But he also has a long throw. He still has a long throw, so he's still doing okay. So I'm going to start advancing up. Long throws God, this thing's a monster. I think it hits for 200 damage. But I DC here because I want to get rid of it. We're going to... we want to look for that Aura Sphere. So I'm like, let's go. Yeah, he hits for 200. I'm like, oh my god. Like, please, Lucario. Like, please, just hit the Aura Sphere. Okay. Alright. Alright. Attacking my Solgaleo. Wants to free up the entry point so he can get on his, I believe, Ray, right? Does he have Ray on the bench? No, he doesn't have anything on the bench, but he does have the max revive. And the reason I start moving up my Nebi is because if and when he takes out my Solgaleo, I can take the entry point the following turn, and Nebi can defend well from the entry point because I'm so heavy purple. So I'm like, all right, I'm just kind of waiting for this this Sylveon to take out my Solgaleo, which he finally does. I'm like, okay, now we can take the entry point, and he's gone. I'm like, all right, we got this. Things are good. All I got to do is close out on this match. Attacks my Zoro, hitting the dodge, and I think I make a mistake here. I think do I have max revive still? No. Oh, I move Lele. That's what I do because I'm trying to go for the square cheese. That's exactly what I do. I move Lele, and I get the teleport, and this is where I make a mistake. I make the mistake by taking the entry point. I should have stayed there, allowed him to bring on the Ray, and then he advances here, and I'm like, okay, this is for all the marbles. Please just hit the squared, please. No. All I had to do was leave the Nebi there, advance up there, bring on the Ray, and then attack. But things weren't working out for me. And the reason why this video is named what it is, the reason why I said the thing at the beginning is you can win even when you lose. And this is what I did. Typically when I lose multiple matches, I'm like, no, I'm not done. I'm going to keep playing until I win, until I feel good about a win, and I keep playing, and then I keep losing, and then I rage. Well, last night, after those 3 consecutive losses,
I break my phone.
I did not break my phone. I put my phone in the charger, put my phone down, kissed McKenna, and I was like, let's go to bed. And that's what I call a win in my book. That was the first time where I was really, really frustrated, but I didn't overreact. So I hope you guys can take a lesson from this. If you guys rage like I do, I think it's time to turn a new leaf, you know? So I've done it one day, and I hope to continue doing it more. So we're going to cut it there. Like I said, we're probably going to stream Saturday, and I need to get the wins in the Dragon Gym. So good luck to everybody. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.